So you've made some major advances in our understanding of an important disease, type 1 diabetes, which is a very intense and sometimes controversial field. And so I was wondering whether you think that women in STEM might face more skepticism when they challenge major paradigms in a controversial field of research, and whether you think that women might pursue controversial results with less vigor, or they might downplay major breakthroughs more than men in these fields.
Okay, so that's the loaded question at the end here. Absolutely, women it's interesting the choice of words that are used for a big breakthrough.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When it's from a woman and a man. So I always keep this little list of what words are used.
Yeah.
Because when a woman has a breakthrough, or when a guy has a breakthrough, oh, they're innovators, they're brilliant, they're cutting edge.
Mm-hmm.
And when a woman has a breakthrough, oh, that's disruptive. That's disruptive. Or if they really feel threatened by, that's controversial. In other words, it's not that the woman is the inventor or anything. Or the other thing I've seen is like, oh, the woman stumbled upon it. The man invented it.
Right.
Yeah, she was just lucky. So, oh, absolutely. There is, look at the choice of words of how it is posed out there. So, I have a kind of funny story. I actually sat next to somebody who wrote one of those famous books on women, and they asked me a similar question. We were on the plane, stuck on a plane. That'll cause bonding, right? And what advice? So there's certain things that you can't fight City Hall on. Okay, so you can't go up to some guy and say, "Why didn't you call that brilliant? Why did you say I stumbled on it?"
Right.
I mean, that's not going to go over too big. Okay, but what I have learned is a couple tricks that you take the word they use, like that's controversial, but so they'll introduce you and they'll say that Dr. So-and-so, it's a very controversial finding, but we'll hear more about it today. And then you just get up and you take the stand and you go, controversial, but yet innovative. Let me tell you about it, and you just nail him on that word right there in front of other people so that then, is it going to stop him from doing that? No, but you just nail him on the word at that point. And then the other thing that I've learned to do is the same idea. You can't fight City Hall all the time. And whether it was grant review sessions or you go into a departmental meeting or, some other meeting and you're sitting around a table and you say your idea. I think it'd be great for this program project to move this project this way. And you notice your comment is like totally ignored. And then like 10 more people talk. And then you try to say it again. It's totally ignored. And at the end of the meeting, somebody at the end of that table says your comment and they go, oh, what a great idea. Okay, it is so true. So watch it. So watch it, and I'll tell you how I got around that. Okay, so you can't change that behavior. Yeah. So I gradually learned that when I was going into important meetings, I shouldn't reveal this trick. Okay, I bring a guy along. Okay, and I bring a guy along who's worked for me for a long time, who has no science background whatsoever. He's tall, handsome, whatever, and he sits someplace in the room, and, I'll say it like 2 or 3 times. Nobody will respond. He'll say it, and they'll go, oh, that's a great idea. No background in science, knows the work. And then when there's the follow-up of writing that section, they always email him. Right. And I laugh. But we laugh about it, too, because we know how it works.
Right.
So one way to do it is early in your career, bring a male graduate student and just use it as the way to move your ideas along. Swallow your ego and say, they still aren't going to take that idea of mine. And just bring a male graduate student along. Right. Or tell somebody else that's on your team that's going to the meeting, I know I'm going to suggest this. Will you back me up at that meeting?
Right. Yeah. Right.
And that works too. But it really does happen. And so that was kind of my way of, over the last 10, 15 years of dealing with it. Just bring a guy along, and then he'll say it, and then it'll stick. And it works. Yeah. So you can't go around a table and say, hey, I said that. You can't, right. The meeting can't let up. That was my idea. Okay, now you sound really bad. Yeah. Okay. Right. That doesn't work. Right. But think about calling people ahead of the meeting. Think about bringing a student that works with you and tell them, I'm going to really count on you to say it. It doesn't even have to be somebody more senior than you. It can be somebody who's saying,